Bruce Serbin is a global media publicist.
Yeah.
He's a media trainer. He's a corporate consultant. That's a lot of things.
It is.
Bruce, all these are just words. What do you do?
In a nutshell, I'm a publicist, but specifically I focus on the media portion of publicity. So people come to me when they want to get their message out in the media. It could be television, radio, newspapers, magazines. And we work with just a lot of different people and companies. It could be a book author, it could be a financial expert, it could be a doctor, just somebody who's really an expert in what they do and they're looking to build exposure through the media.
Can you kind of give me a case study? You give me some examples, but maybe a little case study.
Sure. A good one, in fact, a couple of weeks ago, if you remember, it was a couple of weeks ago, American Airlines filed for bankruptcy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of my clients is an airline consultant. So we're able to tie into that story and position him as an airline expert. So we generated, over a 2-day period, it was 20 print interviews and 3 local television interviews.
Wow.
So that's a good example. Of course, as everybody here knows, I work with Steve, and I've worked with him for about 3 years, and he's just been literally all over the world and TV stations in more than 4 countries now. So.
What are some of the subjects you position him as an expert on?
Well, I've taken his books. I promoted his last 2 books, the Die Fat or Get Tough book and the How Rich People Think book. And I've been able to tie him into stories around, weight loss. People say it's difficult, but he'll come and tell you, it requires mental toughness. Regarding, the How Rich People Think book, we've been able to take stories around the economy and money. People say, well, this is some of the worst times to be in business and to be making money, and he'll tell you, no, it's a great time to be out there and to get rich. So we've been able to tie into things like that, and then just with mental toughness in general, we've done stories, all kinds of different stories. We've done Tiger Woods, for instance. Will he be mentally tough to be the world's #1 player again? And of course, most people are saying, no, he can't do it. And he's like, yeah, he's coming back. And even if he isn't, it makes for good TV and radio.
He won a tournament.
He did, so it's a good thing. But some of the other things we're doing with him now, this is a big month, New Year's resolutions, you need mental toughness for that. So it's always looking, what's out there and how can I take this person and tie in their expertise to it.
Now, with referral agents that are in the audience and your fellow speakers and your fellow speaking industry vendors, how will we know if we're in front of somebody that's a good referral to you?
Sure. I'm looking for, again, somebody who, they say everybody's an expert at something. So I'm looking for the person who really has a really good, solid understanding of their subject that I can take them and offer them to the media as a source to explain what's going on. Let me give you an example. If you watch, CNBC or you read the newspaper or Fox News, all day long, they're doing interviews with people who can explain the news. They can explain things day to day. So I'm looking for people who can do just that. And like I said, it could be a financial advisor who can explain the stock market and what to do with your money. It could be a doctor to talk about, some of the latest medical breakthroughs. And then, not all news is hard news or breaking news. It could be someone, more feature related. They wrote a book. They're an author, a speaker. I'm working with some motivational speakers right now. It's a little trickier, but we're doing some really good things for them.
Anything special in 2012 that might be a hot topic, might be something that would, political pundits, things like that?
Political, definitely. As we get into the year with, elections coming up in, next November, definitely that will be something. People can talk, I guess, on leadership, anyone who does have some political experience, or just any good, solid thoughts about it that somehow we can tie it in.
Could be the election, presidential election.
Presidential, a historian, perhaps.
There you go, right? World affairs type.
World affairs, absolutely.
Excellent.
So,
excellent.
Definitely.
Tell us what your deal is.
Sure.
What is a referral agent? How do we benefit?
Sure, 20%. Most publicity firms, including mine, we do a month-to-month setup with a client, and I pay 20% of that monthly payment.
And if you could help our referral agents identify a good referral to you, would it be authors? Would it be, what would it be?
Sure. For some reason, I didn't set out to work with just authors, but it just seems that a lot of the people that I do work with are authors. And that's a good thing, because what happens is when you're an author, you are considered that expert in your field, and it does make it a lot easier to break into the media. So definitely authors. Authors are a good one. And then, really just, anybody, like I said, it could be, the president grasp on a hot topic out there. That's what's going to play the best.
Any questions from the referral agents, the vendors, the guests? Any questions from my friend Bruce? Seeing none? Going once? Going twice? Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.